meets the needs of those clients that are not cash rich and predictable. And on the other hand, we are, from a bank point of view, we're doing it in a secure way, safe and with robust underwriting.
Welcome to the Tear Sheet Podcast. I'm Zach Miller. Challenger bank OakNorth launched a mortgage product earlier this month. The OakNorth story is one we're following closely. Just a few years in, the bank uses a different playbook than other challengers. While firms like Revolut and N26 embark on a global expansion strategy by getting local banking licenses, OakNorth spun off its technology and is pursuing a software strategy. While other challengers are hustling to sign up checking accounts, OakNorth is really a lender at heart, providing debt finance to English growth stage entrepreneurs. It's into that demographic that the Challenger Bank has now launched a mortgage product. OakNorth's CFO Cristina Alba joins us on the podcast to talk about the consumer product and whether it really is a departure from the Challenger Bank's product strategy. We delve into the core product, its target market, and the borrowers it serves. Lastly, we frame out to get a bigger view of where OakNorth is planning for growth in the future. Cristina Alba is my guest today on the Tear Sheet Podcast.
Hi, so this is Cristina Alba. I'm the CFO for OakNorth, and I've been in financial services for over 28 years, with OakNorth over 2 years now. And I have been doing jobs prior to joining OakNorth in finance, risk, credit, and operations. And since I'm in OakNorth, I am the CFO.
So before we jump into OakNorth, and we have a bunch of questions I'd like to ask you, I'm curious, given your vaunted career in financial services, what was it 2 years ago that convinced you to join OakNorth?
Well, I was at GE Capital 18 years, and it was a decision from General Electric to divest from GE Capital. So I spent my last 2 years there doing dispositions of 33 individual asset dispositions and legal entity sales to many other investors. And then in front of the opportunity to go into one of the industries of General Electric, of going into somewhere else, OakNorth opportunity came up. And I found it really exciting. So I decided to leave those 18 years with the prior employer and join OakNorth.
So I guess I'm trying to ask a little specifically about OakNorth. What was it about the opportunity that you left a GE Capital, a big company with lots of resources, to join a startup?
So it was the fact that Rishi and Joel had a very clear vision of where they wanted to get. Very focused on resolving the debt finance solution for entrepreneurs that are in growth mode in a way that I had never seen before. Everybody's offering for decades, if not centuries, offering financing to SMEs, to entrepreneurs globally, but they thought that this was underserved, which seemed to be true to me, and they wanted to address it from the angle of combining data, technology, and optimized processes. So I found that very refreshing and exciting. So I decided to join in.
Well, great. And so one of the things I wanted to ask you about earlier this month, I know you guys launched a new mortgage product. So you started with sort of SME lending, and as an outsider, it was a little bit surprising to me to see that there was like sort of a consumer oriented product. Can you talk about what the mortgage product is and how that fits into, I guess, OakNorth's product strategy?
Yeah, sure. I'm glad you asked that question because it's not linked to the rest of the strategy. It's just an additional product for what we consider our clients, our target market, our SMEs, entrepreneurs, but also other people that could face challenges when they ask for a mortgage because the revenue stream is not the one of coming from a normal payroll with all your future revenue streams are 100% predictable, and those fall under the affordability checks that are quite standard, and they're now falling into scorecard solutions. So we were happy to say if we have been doing well, the underwriting of complex business cash flows and opportunities and securities for entrepreneurs in their business, sure, we can just turn the same type of underwriting to just the acquisition of their home, knowing that we can have strength and security underwriting that of those future cash flows, or I can put it another way, many of them are asset rich and cash poor for the short term, not in the long term. because everybody can exit those assets with a long-term strategy. So we look at those aspects. So on the one hand, we want to meet the needs of those clients that are not cash rich and predictable. And on the other hand, we are, from a bank point of view, we're doing it in a secure way, safe and with robust underwriting.
So that makes a lot of sense to me. And I guess from what you're saying, is it fair to say that this is an ancillary product to one of your customers' needs? It's a personal need as opposed to a business need. But do you see it happening from the opposite direction? Do you see people who you think will come to you for a mortgage and then you'll be able to underwrite their business as well? I guess what's directionally, what's your thinking there?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's what we are thinking. So first, with the existing customer base we've already let them know, hey guys, we've got this product. If you're interested because you are not obtaining the right financing for your home, here you've got. And the other way as well, as you were saying, clients that are not client of OakNorth at the moment and might be interested in our mortgage, then in years to come, they might decide to expand their business, and then we are their potential lender, or other clients that might come from other countries that we can underwrite their income for their home. Then they're setting up a business in the UK, and likewise, we can become their SME lender as well for personal and business purposes. That's exactly the idea we have in mind. We are not targeting the biggest mortgage market in the UK. As you know, is the biggest lending market in the UK. What we expect is to go to this underserved residential mortgage market and achieve, say, from 5 to 10% of it. So that would put us in 12 months in 260 million of assets of the mortgages lent from our balance sheet.
So I guess you were saying when you introduced the product, it's the same underwriting that goes into underwriting their business as it would to be underwriting them, because I guess the distinction between them and their business isn't very deep or thick. What are the challenges, I guess, for you guys in terms of being able to create these bespoke mortgages? Because it sounds like there's like you said, there's demographic information, there's geographic information that you might need to bridge. What are some of the challenges you need to get over to commercialize this product?
Yeah, well, the challenges would be we would have not enhanced our technology and data pools to be able to extract exactly what matters. It's not rocket science what we do, but you have to be very clear on what are you targeting. So you're targeting the ability to assess if a client is not getting too much debt and it has an exit strategy that repays the debt and they keep their home safely. That's exactly what we want to achieve. So to your point, if our client has a company, we're going to underwrite the revenue from that company. It's going to go ultimately to the client. If our client has deposits in other entities because they've got a long-term investment strategy of shares or bonds, we will look at those, and the list goes on and on. It's a long list that we look at, but we've got very much very well standardized. It's not the right word to standardize, but we've got a good flow chart of where to go if depending on the customer situation.
Understood. And I have a question. So you and I spoke last time about your globalization strategy, right? So the UK, you guys are lenders, and abroad. I'm summarizing this very quickly. Abroad, you spun off the technology group to be able to do licensing deals internationally. Will this mortgage product also go into that set of technologies to license internationally?
At the moment, we are launching that technology in the UK. As we are expanding internationally, this ability, the technology is available to anyone. It's going to depend on our partners globally. If they want to use it for mortgages, they can. If they want to use it only for SME lending, they can. So it is a product that, it's going to be available globally.
Interesting. So I guess that's a good segue into, maybe I jumped the gun a little bit, but could you describe to us sort of the core product, the OakNorth core product, your target market, and this is just for people who may not be as familiar with OakNorth, and then we can talk about the international strategy after. So can you give sort of our listeners a view of
of what your plan is?
Yeah. So what we detected is a market niche in the SME lending anywhere between £500,000 up to £40 million, being the sweet spot of what we do in the between 20 and £30 million. That's where the sweet spot that we found is where everybody is lending, but nobody is doing optimally for the SME. So what we are able to offer is bespoke debt financing solutions at flexible terms that meet the cash flows generated by each one of our clients, and we are able to accommodate any type of collateral that they might have available of the business or on their personal capability as well. So that market niche is in the UK. We've proven it through the UK bank, where we have already originated £3 billion of loans, of which half a billion has already been repaid with no default. So we are very happy about that. Once that has been proved, we are expanding it internationally, globally actually, and any potential client that we are speaking with is really excited about this, and they confirm that yes, they do retail lending pretty efficiently. They do corporate lending, those that do corporate lending pretty efficiently as well. But this area of the sweet spot that we've identified as a niche is the one that they really are very excited about OakNorth AI solution, whereby our technology, data, and platform can help them make more informed decisions on the upfront and the underwriting, and then keep their relationship with the client through the active portfolio monitoring. That is exactly what our product is. It gives them a good tool to underwrite and approve the loans they want, and an ongoing tool to keep the monitoring very proactively. At the moment, we've got 9 external customers internationally, of which 8 are banks and 1 is a fund. If any, we would have to include the UK bank, and they are at different stages of implementation. The countries vary quite significantly: the USA, the Netherlands, Germany, Austria, Croatia, and Hungary in Europe. And then we should go to Asia, where we are in talks with Singapore, Malaysia, China, and Taiwan is the latest one will be incorporated. So that's where we are at the moment globally.
Got it. And there's a retail banking component offering as well, right? Can you describe that? Savings accounts?
The savings on the deposits, that's something we are doing in the UK. So in order to keep the UK structure as simple as possible, because we're doing our segment on the lending side, we decided to go for deposits. That is a simple way of obtaining funds. So that's our retail product. It's all digital. It's in the web. We do not have branches, and our products are very clear in the internet and very easy to use. Being at the moment, we've got 45,000 deposit accounts, most of them retail savers, but we also have SME clients that are interested in depositing with us. Our clients are interested in clear products where the return profitability they can obtain is not at risk, so they know exactly what's going to happen, when it's going to happen. So we don't offer any structured products, and we are obviously under the FSCS guarantee offered by the government.
Interesting. And does the full suite, I guess, of retail deposits, which help to fund the lending, are the retail deposit, I guess, the infrastructure technology, is that also included in the AI licensing product, or that's just something separate you do in the UK?
That is something we're doing separately in the UK at the moment. It doesn't mean that in the future we cannot expand or do consulting for other interested parties if that had to happen. At the moment, we have prioritized expanding the lending internationally, but if, as we have proven that we can raise deposits in the UK efficiently and effectively, that might be an avenue for the future.
Interesting. So we're getting near the end of the conversation. I have a question, I guess, on, looking ahead. So you guys launched this mortgage product that sits ancillary and complementary to your SME lending product. What do you guys have in store for the rest of 2019? Are you going to be launching other products? Or are you just focused on doing what you do better and scaling that? Like, what's your mindset going into the back end of 2019?
Well, 2019 is keep executing in what we have already launched, right? Continue the lending, continue OakNorth AI expansion, make sure that the investment of SoftBank is deployed the way it's supposed to be deployed, and continue also in the UK on partnerships that we haven't mentioned now, but partnerships on the deposit side where we are helping other fintech or companies to use our deposit products because they don't have it in their product offering at the moment. So you'll see more of that coming during the rest of 2019.
So before we end, I just want to drill down on that, what you just mentioned. So can you talk a little bit about that strategy, the deposit, the sort of B2B side of deposits? Yeah.
Sure. So as we look at what do we do well, so we do well the SME lending in the sweet spot with the 20 million pounds, and we do well deposit acquisition customers at fixed term deposit rates, notice account, and easy access. We also offer a very good product on ISAs for the UK clients. So there are other current account providers, payments providers, many fintechs in the UK that have done really, really well in their platforms, in their apps. They're really customer friendly. They've got their sort of marketplace for the clients to have in a one screenshot visibility to all what happens in their payments and savings. And so they have not invested in creating this savings product. So we're partnering with them, and it's a win-win situation. The client of the, say, payments distribution client can only put the money in a current account that pays them obviously nothing. And by us partnering with them, they have access to our deposit products, which are much higher interest rate than the current account that they've got at the moment. So that can be in the marketplace, and that is very attractive. And for us, it reaches out to a demographic and segment of the population that has no interest in go seeking rates and find OakNorth in remotely in one Best Buy table. They just want a one click in their marketplace, easy access to the deposit account. So it's a win-win situation, 3-win side situation. The end client, our partner of payments or current accounts, and then OakNorth as well.
Cristina, it's been great chatting with you. Thanks for joining us on the Tear Sheet Podcast this morning.
Thank you, Zach.